What is going on, you guys? Here, let me sit down for this one so the sun's not too bright. But what is going on, you guys? Welcome back. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day. We got ourselves a sunny, gorgeous evening out here on the lake today. As you guys can see, there's not many people out here besides these occasional boats that are probably taking it out for the last time because it is freaking cold. It is about 55 degrees, water's in the low 60s, and you know, it is getting fall time for sure. Unfortunately, you know, with work now, I only am going to have about an hour to 2 hours every single day to fish, and it only is going to get smaller and smaller with this daylight savings time coming up here soon. So a lot of these videos from now on out are probably going to be broken into 2 parts or 3 parts, or really just however many days it takes to get these filmed. Sometimes on the weekends we get super lucky and we catch a ton, and you know, we could catch like 10 fish in 2 hours. It kind of just depends on how the fishing is going to go, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up in case you're confused on why one day sunny, one day might be cloudy and rainy. You know, I don't like doing it, but it's just how I got to get these videos filmed, unfortunately. But today we're going to be tossing around a spinnerbait and a jerkbait and seeing what we can catch, just beating along these banks. Hopefully we catch ourselves a nice one. I know they're out here, but so far fall fishing has been pretty tough for us. But that does not mean today cannot be good. So we're gonna go ahead, get on over to our first spot, and I'll catch you guys there. There we go. Fish on. What do we got? Man, it is big or hooked weird. Let's see, hooked weird, but not bad. Look at this, little cold water, large mouth. Man, this fish is cold. Ooh, but look at that, beautiful colors. We'll go ahead and send him on back. As you guys can see, right there it says it is 60 degrees for the water temp, which is pretty wicked cold. But there we go, fish on the jerk bait. A lot of these fish from here on out are going to be, what was that? Wow, another one. Maybe they're schooled up. Look at this little runt. Second one in a row. I was gonna say, a lot of these fish are gonna be these. Can I get you off? There we go. After some freaking troubles, this little guy finally let me get him off. But I was gonna say, a lot of these fish are just going to be these active, you know, predatory fish that are looking to get a quick meal and really get fed for winter time. But and also these fish are now going to be moving up super shallow where all this bait is. I don't know if you guys noticed, but right as I was reeling that fish in, there was a ton of bait that was kind of busting right around it. So obviously there's still a good amount of bait up in these shallows that these fish are going to be after. But there we go, 2 fish and 2 casts. You know, my hopes are not too high, but it's good to at least get a couple in the boat. You know, again, I don't think we're gonna catch anything giant today. I have a feeling a lot of these bigger fish are unfortunately probably out, you know, a little bit deeper, which is also weird because I've been trying to fish deep these past couple days, and honestly I have had no luck. Hopefully it's not too loud with this incoming wind, but I've had no luck. Like on LiveScope, you know, I can barely even find some of these bigger bass, and really even the pike. The pike are, you know, they might be a little bit harder to find because they're kind of down in the bottom with the weeds. But so far this fall has not been the greatest, but today is always a chance for a new day. I'm just gonna work our way up this little bank right here. You guys can see we've fished this place in a ton of videos before. It's one of the better spots on the lake. And like I said earlier, with limited daylight and really just access now, I'm gonna just try and focus on fishing the best spots and spots that I know get bites and that have had fish in the past. Also, there is a pretty solid little weed line right here, so I'm figuring that there's might be some fish that are still kind of hiding out in these weeds, looking for an easy meal like this jerkbait to pass by before they pounce on it. There we go. Oh yeah. What do we got here? Oh my goodness. It's a freaking pike hooked right in the back. Sorry, buddy. Oh man, look at this. You are hooked and you're gonna spaz out, I have a feeling. Doesn't take too long to fish for these guys to know how they're gonna react. It's the quick way. All right, took care of that little guy. Never like hooking them in anywhere other than the mouth, so. And you guys saw just how feisty those little runts can get. So I am not gonna take my chance putting my hands near that. With fish number 3, like I went to, you know, pop it. I felt like I felt like a little nibble, popped it again, and you know, he must have been looking at it and I must have accidentally ripped it right into his back. So again, feel bad for that, but thankfully he swam off all right. Just working up, still working up a lot. Oh wow, this is a fish, maybe? Oh yeah, it is. I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if this was a weed or a fish. It's a little bass. Come here, guy. Come here, guy. You're nice and easy to pop off. But there we go. There we go. Look at this little guy. Can you guys see him? Send you on back. There we go. There's something. I wonder what this is. Feels like it's a little pike. Yup. I was right. Just know what these little runts feel like. Let's see if we can get this guy off without getting impaled. And there we go. Fish. A little pike. Number 5. Get on out of here, slime ball. Man, pike slime is absolutely gross. But there we go. Got him off. That was a cool little eat. Give it a little pause. Do I dare? I'll go one more fish before I retie. Could be a very, very stupid choice though. Always check your tie, always check after frays, especially with little ones like that. They can twist around on the line pretty easily. You guys saw just how spazzy those are. And I'm sure those of you guys who fish for pike or live in northern states know just what I'm talking about. But we made it to this little weed line right here. And we're kind of just going right up it. Again, I fished this spot so many times, but again, it always catches fish. And sure enough, one of those pike came right off this weed line, or what's left of this weed line right here to my left, and said he will eat that jerkbait, which I will gladly take at this point. Not the biggest, but still always fun to catch. They fight pretty freaking hard. You can always tell that they're a pike just because of the way they fight. You know, big head shakes when they're nice fat adult pikes, and then when they're little ones like that, they just run like crazy. But I'm hoping for maybe like a 2, 3, 4 pound bass before, you know, like winter comes. That I kind of want to, ooh, thought I had something, but I want to try and catch another nice bass before spring. And then obviously spring is my favorite time to fish. So I think the odds of us catching one of them is going to be pretty dang good. Well, the trolling motor battery died. So we're going to just make a couple casts really quick before we head in over here, because this is a very fishy spot. Oh, see if I can turn the wheel. Take us this way. But that sucks. I thought I had it charged up, but obviously not. That's okay. Sun's starting to set anyway. Wanted to make a couple casts, obviously, in case we get anything. Was over here a couple days ago and caught maybe a 2-pound bass. So go ahead and test it out really quick. But if not, we'll just get back out here another day. I think today is a Monday as I'm filming this. I think Tuesday is supposed to rain, and then Wednesday is going to be nice again. So maybe Wednesday we'll hopefully get out here. But honestly, 5 fish is not too shabby. Again, nothing was big by any means. Bunch of dinkers, but still just fun to get out here, enjoy this beautiful evening. I mean, look at, actually there's not really any nice colors around here, but a lot of the lake got orange trees, yellow trees, sunny day. Not too cold, not too windy. What more could you ask for? Obviously a big bite would do it, but I don't think we're gonna get lucky. On the spinnerbait. On the spinnerbait. Come on, stay on. This feels like a nice fish, whatever this is. Heck yeah. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Heck yes. On the spinnerbait, baby. I'm stumbling all over. It's not even that giant, but we will take it. I'm gonna motor us out really quick. Look at this. Barely hooked. Well, actually not really. Kind of pegged him in there good. But finally, maybe a little 25. Not even, probably 20-ish incher, but he's going on back to the drink. And there we go. Easily the biggest one of the day. Decided, you know what, we're gonna make one cast with the spinnerbait. Haven't got really any action with the jerk bait in a hot second. So we went ahead, chucked over the white, trusty white spinnerbait, and there we go. No trolling motor, no freaking problem. Let's go. Honestly, we might try and circle back and hit that spot one more time. Hope it didn't ruin my spinnerbait. I know. Oh, the baby blade is definitely a little janked up, but that's fine. She'll still work. Just in case anyone doesn't know, that pike came out of the good old, what do I call it? The swim tramp area. That little swim area right in there. It's shallow with a drop off and some weeds. And it just honestly was way too good not to throw this thing in there. And we were rewarded big time. I can't lie to you guys, it felt way bigger when we first hooked it, but you know, I thought there was going to be easily a 30-incher the way it was fighting, and it ended up just only probably being realistically maybe 22, 23, something around that range. But nonetheless, our biggest fish our 6th fish. Let's freaking go. We're not going home empty-handed tonight. Now we will probably make a couple casts perpendicular to these little weed lines right here. In the summertime, it's normally a big lily pad mat. So we'll give this a couple tries, but the sun is setting. It's getting a little bit nippy out here. And we'll probably come back out later this week with a fully charged trolling motor. And who knows, maybe I'll stick to the same baits just to keep it interesting. But part of me kind of wants to whip around something really big, maybe like a really big glide, a big bucktail, see if we can get one of those 40-inch pike to come out and bite.